Hey there, I'm Ashutosh Singh, your instructor for this video. Basically, I'm going to talk about Docker Desktop installation in Microsoft Windows platform. Okay, to use this knowledge, the only prerequisite you need is Docker basic understanding, right? So the overall idea is to give you how you can install Docker desktop software on your Windows platform. Let's understand few points and then we'll move forward accordingly, right? So first of all, if you want to install Docker Desktop on your Windows platform, there are few prerequisites which you need to understand, right? And the first one is your operating system compatibility, right? So in general, Docker Desktop is compatible in minimum Windows 10, right? You cannot install on 8 or 7 like that, or later version. Or if you're using Microsoft Windows Server also, then Windows 2016 environment, right? So this is first thing. The second thing is hardware requirement, right? So since you're installing any software in any of the operating system, you need some minimum hardware category. So minimum 2 gigs of RAM is required. 3 to 5 GB of storage is required to install Docker Desktop software. The final thing which you really need to understand is virtualization support. Don't worry if you don't know about virtualization. Maybe I can discuss about this in some of my videos. But as of now, we have to enable this support capability to work with Docker Desktop. Okay, and we can enable it from the BIOS setting and from the UI of Windows itself. I'll guide you through how we can enable it for the time being. All right, so let's get to the next point, what else we need to understand before we go ahead, right? So the very first thing is definitely downloading a Docker Desktop from official website, and let's directly jump into that section. So I want to just switch back to my Windows platform, and this is my Windows machine, right? If I'll show you by minimizing it, this is Windows, and you can check the property and all. I've already opened my browser where I have opened this tab to download Docker Desktop version. In case you just want to check how I reached here, so just search Docker Desktop for Windows, and it is like that. So the first URL you can go with, which is official one, docs.docker.com. Now here you have to understand, you may get some other link by searching, but do not use any non-official or unofficial link apart from this. So if you click here, it's the same. So I'm going back here. Okay, so I have already this software downloaded in my download section. If I'll show you, so in my download section, it's already there, Docker Desktop. Okay, I need to check where exactly it is. I think it under software. Yes, if you see Docker Desktop software folder, and under it, this is the Docker Desktop installer I have. So there's around 500 MB somewhere software is, so you can download it easily. Now, before you install, Docker Desktop has two different things to offer in terms of installation, or I can say, apart from CPU and RAM, what we have discussed in this slide, what else are required? Let's understand that point, right? So if I just go back to this one, if you see here, so Windows can install Docker Desktop in two different way, using WSL and Windows Hyper-V. This is only for very much professional people who want to create Windows based container, which means if you understand Docker basic, you understand there is a Linux container, there is a Windows container. So as of now, this is a very basic thing which we are doing, so you don't have to choose with this option. And second is WSL, which is Windows supported Linux. So we can create a Linux container in Windows system itself, right? And for this thing, if you see, we need this version, Windows 10 or upper version, right? And how do we enable WSL support first before we install to Docker Desktop? Let's understand that one. So I'm gonna go back to it directly, and to enable Windows support, I'm going with the Microsoft official documentation. So I'm just clicking here, and there we go. Okay, and if I want to run a step-by-step process, I can definitely go in their old step version and I can go here, right? So they're asking enable subsystem. So step number first, they have given a command. Let me open it, PowerShell. So I'm just opening PowerShell. Make sure it is with the administrator access. So just opening that one. It may be asking for some pop-up and allow permission. I just did that and I pasted that entire command from here. So I'm just going to copy, go back, paste, enter. So it is doing that part, right? So it may take few seconds or minute in some cases, but let's wait for it. It is doing some, this backend processing. And now I'm going back to the second step, which is check for the version, which I can install, the latest version of WSL. So I can just click on this latest version, right? And it is going to give me this one. I can just go anyway or allows open in this Microsoft App Association, but I'm just canceling it. It will install. So in short, it is a step to download that version. But if you do not want to download right away, you can ignore the second step. We have another method also. So let's say as of now, I'm just ignoring this one. The third option, which is very, very important, enable the virtualization feature, which we talked about in our presentation. If you see here, virtualization support. So we can enable in two ways. First, let's use that method, and I'm going to search for Windows feature. Okay, and if you see, there's a option turn on Windows features and off. So I'm making it bigger, and here are two things you have to see at the first place. Number one, if you go there, I can see one option. You have to make sure that this feature is turned on, virtual machine platform. And second thing, which is again very, very much important, that if you see here, something like Windows platform, PowerShell, and I guess it will be a hypervisor support. Wait. Okay, yes, Windows subsystem. Okay, so first and second, these two options must be ticked. Okay, you can tick it from here and then follow the remaining step. So now I just ticked it, and now I'm going to take this command number step 3, go there, hit paste, enter. Right, this is also a very fast process initially. Now I need to download the WSL software. So I can download the latest version. If I click here, this one, it is just going to quickly give me this download, right? So I'm just waiting for it. It is down. I already have it, but you can download that one, right? And that is this one. Now finally, once I download that one, let me just go there directly, double click it, and installation is finished, right? The next thing is to set WSL default version. I'm copying this command and just going back and enter. It is very, very much possible for the first time when you are doing this virtualization part, I mean this step number 3, or maybe the features part we have done, Windows features part, while making this turn on this subsystem and this platform of virtual machine, it may be asking to restart your system. So please do that at that point of time, right? And that is done with the prerequisite. So it gonna ask for restart. If it is, then you can restart it. Now the final step is to download this software version, which I am already having it under my D drive, I believe. Yes, under this software, Docker software. Now let me just quickly double click it. It is very easy, very, very easy installation, like a normal software. So just waiting for its pop-up to come up, and once it will be coming up, we will be going through with this installation process. Okay, yes. So I will be just giving permission to change something in this device on my Windows machine, right? Now this process can be time taken depending on couple of things, how fast your processor is and all. So it will download some online packages from Docker official website. And yes, do not forget to just check those boxes, at least the first one, and I click on OK. And this process sometimes can take minutes. If it is gonna take, I will be making this video fast forward, otherwise we go accordingly, I guess. Okay, so let me just fast forward this video since it can take time. Alright guys, so welcome back. So finally, after a few minutes, it came here and I'm clicking on close. So it got closed, right? I'm just closing this one as well. Now, what is the next step we have to do? Okay, we can verify that the installation got completed successfully or not. Okay, so I'm just going to search for Docker, and if you see Docker Desktop app is here, I can just click here. It's a GUI application, graphical application, and for the first time it can take few minutes to start it up, but since I'm using it very efficiently, so if you see here in the bottom, it created that icon of blue whale. Okay, it is asking for acceptance of some terms and condition, right? I'm just doing with that. Let me minimize this one as of now, close this as well, and now my Docker Desktop is getting started, right? So here it can take few seconds again to start entire Docker Desktop process, which is now just be available in few seconds. All right, if I want to do some setting or changes, here are some options which I don't think so you have to go initially, so just skip that tutorial. This is a command to start with, just avoid that one. Now if you see the green button or green this kind of slide here, which means it is perfectly up and running. Now how do we verify? Just close this one now, open your CMD or PowerShell. This time you don't need a root access or administrator access, just normally open it and type docker space version. If you see, the client and the server both got started. The client software is running on Windows and server is running on Linux, which is the role of WSL, right? So this is all about installation, and now you can start using and building application and testing it, right? Thank you so much guys. If you have some queries or question, please post it on video itself on the comment section. Bye bye, take care.